Peace, beautiful souls. Okay, one thing that we do is we pretend like we don't know the answer, right? I think it's a part of the game that we created, a part of us also making ourselves forget when we have infinite amount of divine wisdom within us, right? Because we are the Most High, just manifested in this form. So, anyways, I say that to say, most of y'all know over the last couple of years I've done a lot of different work, right? Like I do still meditation, shadow work, Reiki, all the things, right? Yoga. But there are times where I feel like this block, and this for the collective this specific block has been coming up for the collective a lot recently, which makes sense. It's the abandonment wound, the parental abandonment wound. And most of us who have that have went outside of ourselves looking for love, right? We try to get it from our parents, that doesn't work. Even trying to talk to them now as we're adults, it still doesn't, we don't get it all the way, right? We try to look for it from friends, from partners, all the things, when in reality our inner young Ren and us, every version of us, is calling for it from us, right? And so I was saying, like, I kept saying, like, I don't know what it is, I don't know what else to do. Like, I do yoga, I do shadow work, and I keep trying to do more shadow work and all this stuff. Not to say, like, shadow work is very beneficial and I'll always continue to do it, but this specific block that I was feeling, I knew the answer. The answer was that I had to really sit with myself, do nothing, no shadow work, no meditation, no Reiki, none of this stuff, and just be with myself and be with my inner young Ren, 1111 right now, and 0202. Anyways, and just be there, talk, give her attention, and without a distraction, without doing something else. Like, I don't know about you, but like, if I think back to times with my parents, they never just were there with me, just watching me, just listening to me. Just, it was always like TV, music, drinking, smoking, doing something, no undivided attention for me. And like I said in one of my previous videos, we do to ourselves what our parents did to us, or we don't do what they didn't do, right? So now we've gone through this life repeating the same cycles, looking for love outside of ourselves, not really giving ourselves our undivided attention. Even when we do the healthy things, right, the healthy work, we don't always have to be doing something or doing work. Our inner young Ren literally just wants attention, just wants love, just wants hugs, just wants you to just be there, presence, quality time. And a few days ago, I was being called into silence, but I knew that this one was going to be different. I knew that it was specific to her, to my inner young Ren. So for those 3 days of my vow of silence, I just talked to myself, my inner young Ren. I called her, and the thing is too, with these wounds, we haven't allowed ourselves to fully cry and feel sad for these things and talk about these things, because for a lot of us, our parents, like, they weren't open to those conversations, or the way that they reacted wasn't like, yes, please tell me why I made you sad, tell me all the things, tell me how you actually feel, and let that be valid, let that be heard, let that be comforted. No, like, it was not met with those things, wasn't met with comfort, wasn't met with love, wasn't met with understanding, wasn't met with what we needed. So again, in those 3 days, that's what I was giving her. I was asking her, like, what is it that you need? What were you sad about that you never got to fully explain? And I was able to, like, cry. I was hugging myself and holding myself, and just really connected, laughing. Like, listen, we had the best conversations. And I realized too, in the beginning, I was scared, because, like, in my head, subconsciously, it's like I wasn't worth sitting with, I wasn't worth spending time with, just being me, just hearing me talk, hearing my young Ren talk, because I didn't receive that. That's why I say subconscious. I don't actually believe that. I know that's not true, right? But I've been running away from doing that for quite some time, because I've known this for quite some time, but I kept saying, I don't know what to do, because I didn't want to do that. But in reality, I do want to do that. I do want to hear myself, every version of myself. I do want to sit with myself, but again, projections, right? Projections. So it was a beautiful 3 days with me and my inner young Ren, and my raging teenager, all the things. And I'm still continuing continuing to actively do that throughout my day, like checking in with those versions of me, talking, and all the things, right? I talk to myself in general all the time, but usually this self, I don't always, like, there were moments where I did that, and that's what the thing is too. We give ourselves moments of like undivided attention or love, hugs, and all the things, but no like long amounts of times with doing that, and just really sitting with ourselves, sitting with those versions of ourselves, and giving a whole bunch of love and attention. And it's needed, it's necessary, right? Especially to heal those wounds, because our parents are not going to heal those wounds for us. A partner is not going to heal those wounds for us. We have to do that. We have to give ourselves the loves, the reparenting. We have to give ourselves all that attention. Eventually, we will then attract people that will add to that, right? But it has to start with us. We have to do that for us, right? And always. And yeah, so that was just a really beautiful experience for me. And then even thinking, I'm gonna say this in another video because this is already long, but I'll just shorten it real quick. If you haven't done a vow of silence, an intentional vow of silence, like you're intentionally, I'm going to stay silent for this long so you can hear whatever version of you. Usually for me, when I do it, it's to hear the Most High more, to hear my guides more. This time, like I said, it was specific to my inner young Ren and my raging teenager. It's different from you're just quiet versus actually intentionally doing it for specific reasons. Intentions are all the things, right? When you first start doing vows of silence, it might be hard. I'm over here still talking. We're just gonna go to the 10 minutes. When you first start doing the vows of silence, it might be hard. The longest I've ever done was 10 days. And if you're around people, it also makes it harder. And it's funny because you will accidentally talk. Well, if you're someone who talks out loud, you will accidentally talk. This is why also I try my best. Lately, this one I didn't. Like, I still listened to music certain days, like when I was working out, and watch stuff while I would eat. But I would suggest, if it's your first ones, don't do music, don't do TV, because it makes it harder, especially music, like if you like to sing. But what I was going to say was, when you accidentally talk, it's kind of funny when you like catch yourself because you don't remember. And then when you break the vow of silence, like when it's done, I personally find myself still not talking, feeling like I'm in the vow of silence. So it's just funny how the switch around goes. But it's a beautiful thing, the vow of silence. It's something that I've implemented on my journey for the last couple of years. I can't remember exactly the first time I did it, but if you ever feel clouded, another thing it helps with, like over speaking, throat chakra work, because throat chakra is not only about speaking and speaking your truth and setting boundaries. It's also about listening, being able to really listen to people, to your guides, and all the things. So again, when I feel like I'm getting too much from the outside world, or I feel like I'm super disconnected, I go into a vow of silence. If I feel like I'm over speaking, like I struggled with, again, people pleasing, like over speaking to make someone comfortable, or just saying too much to not the wrong people, but people who were not worthy of what I was saying as far as like my business, right? Vow of silence. It's a beautiful thing. I think everybody should try it. 0909. And yeah, I love you. I'll see you later. I trust this message I trust whoever needs to receive this message will receive this message. And yeah, I don't usually blow y'all kisses, but I wanted to that time for some reason. So you are worthy. I love you. See you later.